Hey everyone, it's Sandy here from eatlikeagoddess.com, and I wanted to offer you some nutritional and tapping support for immune system. And the things I'm going to recommend are very specific and they're very powerful, and they're often the things I see people most frequently deficient in, just so you know. So while there is an exhaustive list of support for the immune system, I could tell you a million things. What I've seen work the fastest with my clients and myself are these specific nutrients, okay, in high dose. And so while I'm not going to recommend specific dosing for you because you're not my client currently, if you're watching this video probably, but if you'd like to become a client, you can just contact me at my website, eatlikeagoddess.com, for more information. But I'm going to list a couple of the supplements that I think are very beneficial, and you can get free shipping, and I'm going to give you my discount code from my website. And they really do make a difference. A couple of my clients just caught a really bad flu that who knows which one it is, right? It was flu season this winter. And sure enough, they took these nutrients in the proper dosing, which is individual and you can dose yourself. And they got better pretty quickly. Okay. Is this going to happen for everybody? Well, I don't know. I can't say that, of course, but it doesn't hurt for most people. And you can run this by your doctors, make sure it's safe for you to be taking these nutrients. I don't see most people, there's no contraindications that I'm aware of, so you can look into this for yourself, but it's really strong immune system support. Okay, so I'm going to list that below and with the links for you for a couple of the items that I specifically recommend. And then I also want to offer to you that, as many of you know, as all of us know, that stress is so important in impacting our immune systems. And we often don't realize just how much, but stress is not helping us, right? At the very least, stress does not help us with raising our immunity. So at the very least, we can work on reducing stress. So there's a number of ways to do this, of course, but I'm going to offer some tapping today, just a little bit, but I also want to offer to you that if you feel at all inclined to just not read so much news, I know we're all inundated today with news media in ways that we never were before. You know, we have these phones that just pop up all this data all the time. We have the computer. We have, I don't know how many people are sitting around watching their TVs all day. If you're retired, you might be, but most of us, it's on our computers and our phones 24/7. And they're very emotional headlines, okay? And so whether there's facts or not, there's just a very strong tendency to generate fear, I think, in the media. And so I just want to offer to you, maybe reading the news less, just getting what you need from it, right? And then just trying to, focus on things you love and enjoy during the day. Take a break from reading too much. Just, again, finding out what we need from it and leaving the rest, right? It really makes a difference. And so, okay, so with that being said, there's just way too much we can say about that, of course. But what I wanted to do is a little bit of tapping. And we're going to keep it really short and sweet. I'll probably just do a few minutes, and you can always just keep going. And remember that tapping is a release technique, okay? It's different than a lot of things. This is why I love it so much. We're just kind of peeling back layers of the onion when we're tapping, okay? So it's supposed to move energy, emotion. Like, so if you yawn or you feel kind of tired afterwards, you've probably moved a lot of emotion and a lot of stored emotion that we're not aware of. So a little goes a long way sometimes. And so I recommend tapping on our fears, okay? Doesn't mean that we're not aware. It just means we're not letting it affect our immune systems and our nervous system so much, if that makes sense. All right. So for those of you that know tapping, I'm not going to be introducing tapping today. I just want to offer some tapping for those of you who do, and you can just follow along if it feels safe. And we're just going to start at the side of the hand. Okay. And we're just going to say, even though the news is scary, right? And I feel really scared about what's going on. I choose to know that I'm okay inside. Okay, and if you're going, oh, I don't feel okay inside, then just keep tapping, stay there, and you can say any version of a statement that feels supportive. You can say, I accept how I feel, right? Sometimes that's the first place. Okay, so you adjust it. Even though it's really scary and I'm scared, I don't know what's going to happen. I choose to accept how I feel. Whew. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to tap through the points. I don't know if my screen just went blank or, okay. I'm going to start at the top of the head. All this fear and anxiety. All this fear and anxiety. All this fear and anxiety. The news is scary. I don't know what's going to happen. Whew. All this fear and anxiety. Just go to the collarbone points, all this fear and anxiety. Take a deep breath there. Safe to release it. I'm going to skip some other points. We're just going to go straight to the wrist. You can tap your wrists together. Okay. There's points on the inner wrist. Then there's also points on the outer wrist. So we used to do this, right? You'd see people do this. Or you can just circle the wrist, okay? So circle your wrist and just take a deep breath. And say peace. See if you noticed any shift at all from that, right? If you didn't, I just recommend continuing through the points and just be willing to feel your feelings, the fear, and let it go. You can just say, I'm choose to let go of fear. It's okay to let go of fear, and keep tapping and go back to the wrist and take a deep breath and then assess again. Okay, so you can pause the video and just do a couple rounds with the fear and then come back. And if it hasn't shifted at all, right? If you're feeling like, oh, I'm just too anxious, ask yourself, does this remind me of anything? And often there's a trigger. Often there's something it's triggering if it's not releasing quickly, okay? And so, yeah, that's all I can say. So stay with your trigger if it feels safe, or get help, get some support with tapping, and work on what it's triggering for you. What does it remind you of? When were you last this scared or panicked, right? When we go into panic, there's something underneath it usually. I mean, it's not to say that the news isn't scary. Trust me, I get it. But we do have ways of dealing with our own stress, okay? We don't have to be chronically responding. We can be aware without being completely panicked, I think. That's not to say there aren't moments when we do, but this is going to help your immune system more, all of us, to not panic, okay? And to take care of ourselves or make wiser choices about what are we going to do, right? What do you want to do? And so I'm not saying go out there and pretend nothing's happening, but we can protect ourselves and we can take care of our own response in our nervous system and our bodies. And I think fear is one of the most detrimental things for our own well-being. I know from experience, I've been through it many times, through many different traumas that activated so much fear and also made me sick, right? So it can only help us to at least work with our own fears and anxiety. So again, remember to tap for what this is reminding you of, or get help with healing a trauma or something that happened in the past that's also reactivated by sometimes some of these things that are going on. So I hope this helped. It's just meant to be a very brief tapping. You'll notice that the more you do it, the more it works for you. And you can always go to my website for more information, eatlikeagoddess.com. There's a video training there that gives you a little bit more information about how I work with people and what I actually do with my clients. You can contact me for sessions, and there's articles. There's some audio. We're always changing things. I have hundreds of audios, but you'll notice there's not that many there right now. I'm recalibrating everything. So again, much love to you guys and sending you lots of love. There's my alarm. I've got to go. And take good care and support your immune system and support your own well-being. Bye for now.